Hello guys, and welcome back to episode 3 of Chat with Chaz. Here we have Terry, @Foz from TikTok, who was kind enough to shine some answers for a few questions I had for him. When in a relationship, we don't become aware of how our relationship will shape us as individuals, and also more importantly as couples. Sometimes we don't realise how the people around us, such as family and friends, can also shape our emotional well-being and become invested in our relationships as well. I hope you can relate. So Terry, how do healthy romantic relationships contribute to positive mental health?
So healthy romantic relationships can contribute towards positive mental health if you communicate with each other, if you support each other, if you show love and affection, if you inspire each other, if you can support each other in terms of, achievements. If you want to achieve a marathon or some form of challenge, it's about getting behind each other and encouraging, doing things together, going out for walks, cozying up on the sofa, watching films together, eating dinner together, without the distraction of phones, etc. It's about being happy, making each other laugh, having a sense of humor, talking to each other with respect. But also it's about allowing each other to have your own space and your own time to go and do your own things with friends and family and doing your own hobbies. Like us men tend to, like going for a game of golf, for example, or playing football in the evening during the week, or maybe on a Sunday or a Saturday. It's allowing each other to do those things and having a bit of freedom, as well as when you're together, you really embrace your time and just continuing to carry on sparking the relationship that you both want to invest in. That's what can have a positive effect on your mental health in a healthy romantic relationship.
What are the signs that a relationship is negatively impacting mental health?
So the signs that a relationship is negatively impacting your mental health can be, so let's say as an individual, it can be a case that you don't really want to be around that person. You're happier when they're not around. It could well be a case that you don't want to participate in their plans. So if they are trying to get friends, etc., together to go out for dinner, you don't want to be part of it. But I think more on the aspect of a couple, as a couple that gets negatively impacted, and the signs that can come about are distancing yourself from each other, not really communicating. If one says, "Oh, I love you," and the other one doesn't respond back, that's also a sign. When you go to cuddle them, they sort of pull away. That's also a sign. And then you start to then feel unloved, especially in intimacy as well. If you keep getting rejected all the time, that can obviously affect your mental health, because then you start to put all these things together and come to realize that things aren't right. You really love this person, but your intentions aren't matched or returned. So what it starts doing, it starts making you doubt your relationship. You may then start trying even more, which then might upset them or make them feel uncomfortable because they're not feeling the same towards you. So that can have a huge impact on your relationship, and your mental health as well.
In what ways can communication styles in a relationship affect an individual's mental well-being?
I think communication styles in a relationship can then affect an individual's mental well-being in a sense that it depends on what way. If you look at it from a positive point of view, it's the way that you respect your partner. If you talk to your partner with respect, with love, with care, and you're cool, calm and collective, that can really put your relationship at ease, and especially with your partner, if they're going through stressful times and stuff, then like your communication style will have a massive impact, on yourself as well as your partner, and it's all about just taking things in your stride, taking each day as it comes and being able to communicate, because communication is so powerful. And if you have the communication style or the skills, as it were, to be able to, allow yourself to be together always in terms of communication, then yeah, it can have a real positive effect on your mental health, your mental well-being, your self-esteem, everything. It's very powerful. So communication styles in a relationship are absolutely key.
How can social support from friends and family mitigate the effects of a relationship stress on mental health?
Social support from friends and family, the ways that they can mitigate the effects of relationship stress on mental health are simply in terms of knowing you as a couple. You've both in the past, maybe it's not necessarily about your relationship, but you as individuals, you've been able to go to each other's family and friends and, get the support, get the advice, get the encouragement, etc. from them. When you feel you was at a time where you needed answers, you felt maybe a bit on your own, maybe it's things you couldn't talk to your partner about. Social support from friends and family can really help out in terms of your relationship. So if you're both going through a bit of a difficult time, it might be a case that you may want to speak to your partner's parents, and then, your partner might want to speak to your parents or your friends, etc. So it's just about getting the non-biased opinion, advice, because if both your friends and your family love you both for who you are and as a couple, then they'll be there to support you both and make sure that you both succeed within your relationship. So there's so many ways in which, your social support network, shall we say, can really mitigate stresses and strains on your relationships. And one example I would give is if your partner's not feeling great in herself, maybe she could do with going to a spa, or maybe, having a pamper day and stuff like that. Then maybe like one of her friends, one of her members of her family that you could speak to could probably suggest organising something like that to make her feel better in herself, and give her some time with her friends or her family, away from home, for a few hours. Like that can really help. So yeah, always keep your friends and your family close by, because you never know when you're going to need them.
What role does attachment style play in how individuals manage relationship-related stress?
The roles in which attachment style can play in terms of how individuals can manage relationship-related stress is the way that you can compose yourself. If you're the type of person that when there's an issue or there's something not quite right in your relationship, you can approach it straight away. There's no longing it out, because you're attached to your partner in so many good ways. You do all you can to try and survive that relationship. So it all depends on how you treat situations. That's where attachment style really comes into play. If you feel that your relationship's threatened, then you're the one to start firing questions. You want to sit down, you want to talk about it, you want to sort it out, you want to decide where you both go from here. What is it? what is the problem about, how do you solve it, and how do you move forward. So it's about hitting these problems head on, you know, but at the same time, it's all about, you know, when things are going good, is the praise, the appreciation that come into it as well. It's making sure that you're very, very, not overly forward, but you come forward when it matters, you know. So that type of attachment style can really play a good role amongst, you know, relationship related stress.
So guys, I hope you've all enjoyed this. There will be more to come from Teddy as we try amongst us to help ourselves and all of you through different life struggles, to understand but to also better yourselves in different aspects of life. Please, if you've enjoyed this, like, comment and share. Thank you guys.